Hey guys, Professor Bell, Comic Book University, and Guardians of the Galaxy, issue number 5. I liked this book. It was still confusing. I'm going to get into all that good stuff briefly after I talk about who made the book. So Al Ewing does the script, Juan Cabal on art, Federico Blee doing those sexy colors, VC's Corey Petit on letters, Ivan Shavrin doing the cover. I hope I didn't butcher that name too bad. Ivan Shavrin. Designer is Anthony Gambino. All right, let's go. So they point out that there are, in fact, 2 moon dragons on here. Now, I personally didn't really get why there were or needed to be 2 moon dragons. Very weird. Now, I know, or at least I'm pretty damn sure that Ewing is going to explain all that stuff, because Ewing does that. He'll do things that are confusing just to explain them later and go, that was cool, right? And we're usually like, okay, yeah, it was actually pretty cool. But he also has a way of just kind of leaving it for several issues where we're like, dude, I thought you were going to explain this. And he really makes us wait for it. That I don't like, but whatever. As long as the answer at the end makes sense, I'm good with it. Anyway, 2 moon dragons in here. One of them has dealt with the Dragon of the Moon. Bruh. There have been some really good Dragon of the Moon stories before. In this one, I think this is possibly one of the best, because you really get to see the struggle that Moondragon has, and you get to see the assuredness of the Dragon of the Moon. This dragon is not trying to control anybody. He already knows. He already knows he's in charge. And it's not a matter of if, it's not even a matter of when, it's a matter of, how much do you want to know about what I'm going to do with you now? Dude. I am so looking forward to every single thing that is about to happen in the next book. Albeit, I have no idea what the hell is happening in this book. I'm still not entirely sure what's been happening in the past few books. I am going to complain about one thing, and if I can't find it right away, then whatever, just have to take my word on it. Oh, I like the thing with Rocket. That was wicked. That was wicked. Oh, here, let me show you some of the art in here. This is the kind of art that we're dealing with. Pay attention to this page. Well, both the pages, because just the panel layouts and everything. Look at the it almost looks like they're shooting a negative shot because of the way that the colors go on this. My God, I could stare at this for an hour. Maybe half an hour. I could stare at this for a really long time, man. Make sense out of it. Because it actually does make sense the way that it looks. My God, this one's easy. But of course it's easy because of look at what's happening. This one, it's supposed to be freaky on all accounts. And it is. God, I absolutely love this both of these pages. Man, that is amazing. Okay, here we go. This Prince of Power jerk. He shows up and he goes after Hercules. And Hercules is trying to be cool. He talks his way out of a fight with Gamora. It's actually a fight I wouldn't have minded seeing. But instead he fights this Prince of Power jerk. And he apparently uses his momentum against him. Okay, listen, I've been in the martial arts since I was 8 years old. 45 right now. I maybe know a little bit about the martial arts. If somebody comes at you with a big gigantic swing hammer, you don't just stop the hammer and then flip him the opposite way, because like if the momentum is coming here, he's not a slinky where like everything's going in here and then he's just gonna flip and go that way. No, he boom and then threw him that way. You stopped the thing. You didn't let it go with you. So I didn't particularly appreciate that. But hey, I have to find something I don't like about this comic book. All right, it is what it is. I enjoy. And another bag and board bites the dust. Don't worry, the comic is safe. Been happening a lot today. I got a new computer, so I'm trying to figure out how to put all my stuff down. Anyway, this was a fun comic book. I am definitely going to recommend this series. But if you're one of those guys who's like, nah, I usually get the trade paperback. Should I go for the single issues or should I go for the trade? There are a couple of first appearances in the first issue, but not really. They're like the new versions of certain of the gods, so they're really the same people-ish. I don't know how speculators are going to look at that in the future. I don't know how buyers are going to be interested in that in the future, but I would say that you're probably like 92% safe just getting the trade paperback for this one, which is fine. That's usually what happens. What I will say, or what I will recommend, I saved it, is that, listen, man, last year was the first year that trade paperbacks have sold more in bookstores than they have in comic book retailers, especially in these trying times. Please consider buying from a comic book store. Please support your local comic book stores. Listen, I know people say bookstores going out of business, blah, 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 blah. That's not actually entirely true. What they're doing is they're buying each other out. If they have the money to buy each other out, they've got the money to continue going and pay their employees and all that stuff. They do, all right? People are still buying books. Plus, they're doing a lot of stuff online. They're also usually big, giant market conglomerates. Comic book stores are usually always independently owned, and they're very rarely chains. So please consider buying a trade paperback from a comic book store. Also, considering leaving a like. But hey, you want to leave a like? I'm cool with it. I'll talk to you guys later. Drag of the Moon is going to get you. Professor Bell, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.